Hello, hello, hello. I'm back with a mic. In this video, we're going to talk about game three of the Orlando Magic's Summer League. This time, there was no Jace, no Noah, and no Tristan. Let's just say, yikes. This is the Orlando Magic Nation, your source for all things Orlando Magic on YouTube. For Orlando Magic fans, by an Orlando Magic fan. Thank you very much for clicking on this video. I really appreciate you spending some time talking Magic with me. Since you're here, click subscribe so you can join the Orlando Magic Nation and not miss any of the content that I produce. Also, while you're here clicking around, click the like button because it really allows the video to reach a lot more people. And lastly, this doesn't have to be a one on one or me just dictating to you. Go down into the comments and write who you thought was the best player from the game three of the Summer League and or game four or five in the end. I'm a completist, so basically, I'm going to go through each of the games. I've already done games one and two, so if you want to check that, check the channel. This is game three, and I'm going to go over game four and game five as well, just because that's the kind of guy I am. So let's get started. So the notes, which, as I said before, yikes, wasn't very pretty. They played the Oklahoma City Thunder in this game, and in the end, without Jace, without Noah, without Tristan, there was really no flow to the game. We started, I would say that Ethan Thompson was our best player in the game. I would say it was either him or Wendell Moore Jr. There was no flow in the game. There was absolutely no flow. We turned the ball over 25 times. There, it was like the OKC team. That's the regular team, not just the summer league. And they were just picking our pockets. We were loose with the ball in every sense of the way. There was really nothing I could say about that game that was positive ultimately. I'm going to try to be a positive fan and through most of my videos and try to look for the positives, but let's just say this one you'd have to look real deep to try to find anything that resembled cohesive cohesivity to have found anything that showed that the team had been together. Again, this is summer league, so a lot of guys are just kind of transients. They're all looking to try to make a name for themselves. They're all looking to try to impress. It's a shame actually. That's partially what when I'm watching these games, I'm more partially wondering like, oh man, I feel bad for these guys that they're playing so poorly, just because I know they want a shot at a regular team to be signed, but games like this didn't help for anybody really, to be honest. No one shined really well. There was no one shot super duper well either. I don't know. It just in the end, it wasn't great. No one put an imprint on this game, which is always again if you've heard game two or game one that I talk about. To me, it's all about imprint. You got to make an imprint on this on the team or in the game. So even if again you're 0 for 10, but again you're being aggressive, you're being the one to facilitate, you're being the one if that's your role that you have to just put up the shots because that's what it is, then that is what it is. Everybody has a bad game. That's not a problem. But at least, again, you put your imprint on the game. This one, everybody just kind of was playing, and it wasn't, it wasn't fluid. There was no, we didn't shoot well. Shocker. There was a lot of other things that didn't go well ultimately for the Magic. But again, it's summer league, so it's just a shame that none of the guys on the team were able to showcase themselves in a positive way. So that in that way, I feel a bit bad, but it kind of is what it is in the end. If we look at the standouts for the game, there were five. Well, standouts. This is as much of a standout as anybody could be. Again, Ethan Thompson with 16 points, 4 rebounds, 1 assist, shot 5 of 12 and 4 of 8 from three with a -9. Basically, everybody was minus in this game. I think John L was the only one that was in positives, in a +4 with plus minus. Again, the plus minus is more of a team thing. It's not really like one individual player because you can get unlucky and just be on the court when the other team scores 18 in a row or something like that. So anyway, that's a bit of the plus minus. Again, Wendell Moore Jr., 14 points, 10 rebounds, 4 assists, 3 of 11 shooting, 2 of 7 from three, and a -17. If I had to say there was one person that did put a little bit of an imprint on the game, it would be him. He was pretty aggressive. He had obviously 10 rebounds, so he led the team in rebounds and I believe in assists. He tied with someone else, I believe, in with assists. So He was aggressive. Again, he's one of our not again. He's one of our few NBA players or the guys that have played in the NBA for a bit. So realistically, he should have been the one to take on the role of being the facilitator for the team. Now that we didn't have Tristan, Jason, Noah, so with that being said, he had a game. I don't know. I don't know if it was the best, especially coming off two not so great games, especially when he's trying to showcase himself so he can get onto a roster. I didn't think it was that. It was probably the best anybody had played, but that's not saying a lot. Nate Santos had 11 points, 4 rebounds, 1 assist, 2 of 7 shooting, and 1 of 5 from three with -13 plus minus. John L. Davis. So this was his first game starting. He did a good bit to. Well, I don't think he started actually. So either way, he did a good job of at least being in the game because he hadn't been in the last couple. So when he had his opportunity, he did the most with what he had with 10 points, 4 rebounds, 0 assists, 3 of 7 shooting, and 1 of 2 from 3 point land. And again, +4 on the plus minus, if that's worth it to you. Pascal Lebissier also came back and scored in double digits after a real bad second game. 10 points, 1 rebound, 1 assist, 3 of 4 shooting, 0 of 1 from three, and a -10 shooting, or excuse me, -10 plus minus. The others, these were the other guys that played the most. There were a few other guys that kind of came in during garbage time at the end of the game. Alondez Williams, 5 points, two rebounds, 4 assists. Again, like I mentioned, he tied with Wendell Moore Jr. for the team lead in assists. 2 of 10 shooting, 0 of 5 from three, -20 plus minus. Jalen Krucher, 2 points, 4 rebounds, 3 assists, 0 of 4 from the field. In general, -10. Kyler Kelly came off the bench this game. He didn't. He had started the last two games with 2 points, 5 rebounds, 2 assists, 1 of 2 field goals. So it doesn't shoot threes. And -5 plus minus. And Jaden Atkins got into the game this time, so he played a good amount of minutes. I think it was 18 minutes. He banked in a 3-pointer, and that was the extent of a lot of his contribution. 3 points, 0 rebounds, 1 assist, 1 of 3 field goals, which was again that one banked 3-pointer. The other two didn't go as well, but the -5 plus minus. So that was that. Again, there was a few other guys that got into the game late. One of them's I think it was Lynn, like I mentioned before, or Kidd. Sorry, Lynn Kidd. He scored 2 points, but he didn't have that much of an opportunity to really again cement himself into this game. So these were the guys, as you see. Not a lot of shooting, negative, like I mentioned, 25% from three, 25 turnovers. You're not going to win a lot of games like that. And you were out rebounded. So, really, of ways to lose the game, check, check, and check. Not a lot going on there. So this was a pretty blah type of game. So I'm gonna go watch game 4 now, so that I can kind of comment on that and see what that game. Hopefully the other guys are gonna play at least maybe the rookies, maybe not Tristan. Tristan could be done for the rest of the games. Again, I haven't seen them, so no spoilers. And yeah, I'd say thank you again for watching. So this one should be this one was a quicker one just because not as much to break down, but I really appreciate you spending time again talking magic with me. I would love for you to subscribe so you don't miss any content. Now that I'm back from SBC, I'm going to be putting out content again regularly, so I don't want you to miss out on anything. Thank you so much. Talk to you later. Bye.